guys, it's Troy here, and I didn't exactly plan on doing another video, but you know what? I'm traveling for business today and for the next several days, and so I figured I'm in my hotel room. I'm settled in. I'm not going anywhere for a while, hopefully, and I got some stuff I've got to take care of, so I figured I'd just take a few minutes now that I've got my laptop set up to go ahead and try to do a new video. And, well, since I'm traveling for business, what does Troy take nowadays when he's traveling on business? Well, got my handy dandy little pen case here, and I did pack a few things to take with me for particular purposes. Yes, I still carry a fountain pen with me when I travel, and less so than I used to. And if you've watched my previous video, you know why. Actually, the past several videos that I've put out, you know why. Because, I'm in school again, so I have to do some note-taking. As a matter of fact, today is the first day of the new term that I just start, which means a new class, and it means some more note-taking and a bunch of reading. That in mind, that is why I have the pens that I have. So, not only do I have to travel, today it was my travel day, and so then I've got some work I need to do tomorrow, then some teaching I need to do to put on a class for some folks for some training the following day, and then a travel day after that. Okay, makes sense? So, what do I bring with me? Well, there's a couple things. First of all, I'm doing note-taking. Matter of fact, for the class I've got, this is just an old cheap notebook that you would find, and this is left over from one of my sons from this last school term for him in middle school. And yes, I use those. That's what I take my notes on. All these leftover notebooks we've had for years and years of putting 3 sons through school, they never would use up an entire book. So we'd tear out all their notes, and what was left I would take notes on. And it's cheap paper. It's the stuff you find at Walmart or at the Dollar Tree on sale in order to get your kids ready for school. I use these spiral-bound notebooks. Yeah, and he ripped off the front cover, but I don't care. It's the paper that I'm interested in. That'll keep me going for a while. It's easy, it's convenient. But that in mind, I can't use fountain pens on it, because it's cheap paper, it'll bleed through, it'll go through several pages, it's just not worth it. So I've been doing rollerball style pens. Here's one, it's just a real El Cheapo. I've got like a bag of 10 of these, and this is just something I picked up, I think, from Temu, in a bag of about 10 of these. And it was just a couple of bucks, so I brought 2 of them. One of the reasons for bringing 2 of them, I did find out these things, because they are liquid inside and it's not a paste, they do actually run out of ink on a fairly regular basis. So I found refills for them, I think on Amazon. So this little refill right here, I bought a bag full of these things that are sitting at home at my desk. So they get really, really light when you're writing with them. I gotta put the hole back in. There we go. And screw that back on. These write a little scratchy, but for the price, I figured, what the heck? I can get all kinds of refills for them dirt cheap. And, a bunch of these little cheap sticks. I've got them all over the house. I've got a shopping list that on a magnetic thing that sits on my refrigerator on a pad of paper, and one of these with it. So that works out very well. I've also got some nicer roller balls as well. Matter of fact, one of my favorites, the Waterman Koren. We've got a couple of Korens in the family. I bought one for my wife, bought one for my mother-in-law after I had really enjoyed mine. Waterman's one of my favorite brands, but it's just a roller ball. So I keep that with me. Matter of fact, I was doing some financial documents not too long ago, just within the past couple of days, and that's what I signed it with. I didn't really want to do it all with a fountain pen because I didn't want it to bleed through the cheap paper that I was having to use. And then a Retro 51. That's another one of those roller balls. And this was like their avocado color. And it's just, turn out, turn in. So fairly nothing special, but you know what? It's good for me. Now, what else do I carry? Well, 3 highlighters. I'm old school, okay? We've got a textbook that I can look at online if I want. And what do? I go to print them. And unfortunately, this one textbook, I'm really frustrated with school nowadays. I'm old school, okay? I'm Gen X. I'm in my 50s. I want a textbook in hand. I ordered the textbook off from Amazon, and it better be the right edition when it shows up, I'm hoping. But that won't show up for a while. So for the first week or two, I've got to borrow this e-text, electronic textbook from our university library that I can open up and look at. So unfortunately, I can only download one chapter. That's all I'm on, like one chapter. Now, is that one chapter per week, per month? I don't know. Or one chapter, period? I don't know. But my first reading assignment is chapter 1 and some portions of it. In addition to that, there's a few others that they wanted us to look at. So out of the prologue and stuff. So I'm taking a class. This particular class happens to be on ancient civilizations and world history. Okay, works for me. Well, I'm the kind who, prints out stuff, and I use a highlighter. So this right here is my week 1 reading assignment. Now, of course, that includes some, course syllabus and stuff like that because it's week 1. So for all my courses, for the most part, I print stuff out and I use highlighters. And that's why you're going to see that I've got 3 of them with me. I've gone through a lot of highlighters over the past year and a half going back to school. But I did bring a fountain pen, and I did bring this one because it has a really good ink reservoir in it, and that is, and I showed it I think in my last video, it's a Jinhao 1935 number 8 nib. I gotta get used to this. I'm recording on my laptop, okay? So I'm not used to recording on my laptop. I'm used to doing it either on my iPhone, which I'm not really used to anyway. I got used to doing it with a camcorder for the past several years. But it's got a really good size ink reservoir, and it's only a converter. It's just a great big old converter. So I think I filled this one, if I remember correctly. It's Waterman inspired blue. I enjoy seeing the ink slosh around in it. It's a good color blue, great big old comfortable nib. It's a good looking pen. And so I brought this one, so I do have a fountain pen with me. In addition to that, true to form, like I recommend everybody else do who's in the habit, I did throw in one pen for giveaway, should anybody happen to see that particular pen, or if they want a different color. Hey, I got this one. It's a purple pen. You want to use something in purple? And this is just a disposable zebra, nothing special. It's just a disposable zebra fountain pen, and I picked up a bunch of these and I use them all the time, so it's good enough for giveaway and maybe penable somebody to get into the hobby or just enjoyment of using pens. So there you are. All right, I got 4 days of business. I've got at least 3 nights in the hotel room, and this is what I'm going to be doing today. You saw it. I've got a lot of reading to do, some notes to take. I've got some prep work to do for courses I've got to teach, and I've got work I've got to do. Hopefully it won't keep me up too late at work. All right, talk to you later. Bye.